Hi guys. I'm Nanobot Andy. Thanks for joining chat. Thanks for watching. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I mean, everybody join chat. Hi, thanks for watching. I'm back at the RV and I went on a date today. Well, it was kind of like a date. It was when I was meeting up with a fan. He's the leader. Well, you may know him better as the guy who liked Mondo's car. Hi, thanks for joining chat. Everyone join chat. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Hold on, I have to get something for my face. Hi. Glad to see you're safe. That was scary. LMAO. Hold on. I'm just typing something. Thanks for watching, you guys. Okay. So, I went on I met up with Charles Hank, you may know him from chat. His name is Charles Hank Bukowski. I met up with him today, and it was really, well, I had fun for a lot of the part. I went to this tide pool, and I saw a sea anemone, and these little fish swimming around. How are you feeling? Are you glad to be at the RV? Well, it's nice to have somewhere to be here in LA right now. I know the streets can get a little rough, but I've never really been to Hollywood before. Oh my gosh, it's like parties and clubs at every corner. It's crazy. But back to what I was saying. How are you? I feel good. I feel okay. Thanks for watching. So yeah, I went on this date today, and dude, there's something about like white supremacy. I'll go into it in a little bit, but I met this guy and he's a white supremacist, and oh my gosh, Black Lives Matter, guys. Black Lives Matter. Where's Captain Content? Captain Content went out with some friends, and I'm sure he'll be back later. You scared us. Yeah, there's a point where people will lose their judgment. Well, it was when you drink too much and your judgment becomes poor. That's what was happening with my friend that I made. And after he had consumed a lot of alcohol. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. It's really important because I met a guy and he's a white supremacist. And white supremacists have this thing called the 14 words. And I can't recite them back in order. And I'll talk about this a little bit more. But it's about protecting white children. And it's just the most blatant. It feels like a pile of hooey. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah. It's just like, I don't even know if they're being serious about it. Did you go for a ride on the scooter? I did ride on the scooter for a little bit. Were you scared, Nano? Okay, so after I turned off my camera, closed my stream, Charles Hank Bukowski wouldn't leave me alone for a little bit, and I'm not trying to make him sound like a creeper, but, he was really drunk, and, when I said about the poor judgment thing, yeah, he wouldn't leave me alone, and, I just was thinking that maybe someone in the area was, listening to our conversation, and, they don't know when to call the police because like it's kind of sounded like some guy was like creeping on a girl. How is that wrong? If you were there, like you just have to be there. I'm not gonna go into it. Did he rape you? It wasn't anything close to that. I wasn't assaulted at all tonight. It was just someone just lack of responsibility with intoxication. He really didn't understand the situation. Nano, hi. I love seeing you guys join chat. Please join chat. Shoot questions at me. Tell me things you want to know. Please be more careful. Yeah, I should definitely have like a little interview about people before I meet up with them. That's what Rose said. Rose is really smart. What are your thoughts on black supremacy once you realize that? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Where have you buried Captain's body? I just saw him earlier. So I'm not going to turn that into a joke. How many pills you take? Like different medications? I'll answer questions about my medications for donos. How long are you traveling with Cappy for? I feel like my trip might be over pretty soon. What's your middle name, Nano? Good question. I changed my name, so I don't have one. How many pills do you take each day? Is Captain on a date? No, I think he's just hanging out with some friends. Do you think Caitlyn Jenner should be the governor of California? Political experience for such a high role is important, I feel. So, and personally, I don't support I don't support transgender. I think that's wrong. And I think having a person who's transgender in such high power might make people seem like they're a role model. When that's first name Nano, middle name Bot. That's funny. Do you ever tell that your real first name? No, that's like the hardest doxing. Even Captain won't dox me for that. No, that's like really hard doxing. Well, I mean, it's fairly hard doxing, you know. Which government agency do you work for? Internal Affairs. No, I'm kidding. I don't work for Internal Affairs. That's pretty obvious. I'm not a government agent. I meant like of a police department. Do you ever tell anyone your real name? Well, I guess like when people who are in like legal fields need to know that kind of stuff, I tell them. What do you think about Trisha? Trisha was bad talking about Rose, and I don't want to go into that, but that really hurts me that she would talk bad about such a kind woman. Do you have a brush? Yeah, I have a brush. It's green. Do you ever think about changing your hairstyle? I don't know about the style. Like, I want to grow it out and stop. I want to change the bangs thing. Not like change it, but like I don't want bangs again. I'm gonna grow it out. Um, 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 um. I want color in my hair. Invest in a flat iron. I have like three flat irons at my house. I just never use them. She talked bad about you too. I know that, but I'm less worried about that because, like, was the male Bengal cat fixed? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Like, I feel in cats it's pretty easy to tell when they're not fixed. But that male Bengal cat was something else, dude. That's like a gorgeous animal. That's like... Not sleepy? I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have washed my face. Tell us about Black Lives Matter. So there's like actually quite a bit of white supremacy here in Southern California, and I didn't know that. I'm actually pretty shocked because there's so much diversity too. And at the same times, like, how does that work? How do you just see like black people thrive and live and love so all day, and then like have the audacity to say that you don't like black people? Like, I don't get it. Like, like you can look at children play and feel the love in your heart. I don't even get it. Like, why hasn't he streamed? I think he's taking time for himself tonight. How's that for Faith? What do you think about Nigerians? I met a Nigerian nurse one time and she seemed okay. She was helpful. Nigerians. I don't know lots of Nigerians. I had a dream one night that something very bad happened in Nigeria with some terrorists. But this was like less of a nanobots thing and more of like a uphand, like they set off a bomb and had like knives. These terrorists. Happy Mother's Day, even though you're not a mom. Yeah, to all the moms out there, have a beautiful Mother's Day. Why do you hate Jews and Arabs and Africans? I don't hate Jews and Arabs and Africans. I don't hate any race or ethnicity. Well, I'm just looking at these questions. Tell us about him. Oh, BLM. I'm just... You made a good visiting around. Does Cap have a lot of popsicles in his fridge? There's 2 popsicles from what I'm aware of, and they're both bubblegum flavored. Travis Adkins, I'm not gonna answer that, but I love you. That's, I mean, like, not like, I'm not actually, like, in love with you, but you know what I mean. How do you feel about the Chinese rocket? I think I've briefly heard about this on the news. I'm my first thought is like maybe it fell in like the middle of nowhere and people don't know how to report this. Yeah, but like when you said all Arabs are terrorists like ISIS and using nanobots to kill people. Okay, maybe I said something similar. I think you have I think you're mistaken, Ben Chambers. I did not say all Arabs are terrorists like ISIS and use nanobots to kill people. Okay, first of all Arabs are not all Arab. Okay, first of all, ISIS is there's lots of ISIS everywhere and it's really bad. And there's lots of Arabs in ISIS, but there's probably even more white people at this point because they were just doing so much recruitment in this country, and there's probably like just like subjects of like people in our American population. There's probably more American ISIS of like any other country, even including the Middle East, because they just do so much recruitment here. Did you know? Is it true Captain doesn't shower 4 days like Trisha says? Okay, so the first day that me, Dummy Boy, Johnny Boston, and Captain were on the RV, and then I left after just those like 3 or 4 days, none of us had showered for like 3 days. So, I know, so just, there's that. Do I listen to doo-wop music? I've listened to a little bit in my life. Did you see clips of Trisha talking about what Captain wanted to do with the popsicle? No, that's strange. I don't want to know about it. I don't even know what's going on, and I still don't want to know about it. Where is Max? Max went out with some friends tonight. Nano joined Egg Gang today. First of all, I did not join a gang. I did not join a gang, and I never will. That's bad. I don't see a donate button. It should be... Look in the description for this video. And if not that... Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to let you guys know that right now. My Cash App is $Nanobot Andy. And my PayPal is sunkenship25@gmail.com. He says shocking things for content. I think, I feel like this idea of his is, like, fairly recent, that he's trying to, like, make himself sound better. Or that he's trying to badmouth other people for content. Like, I feel like he's been doing it, now fairly recently more. And I think he thinks it's good content. I don't think people like it as much as he actually believes. No, I'm not a gang member. I'll never be a gang member. Someone just thought that I joined Egg Gang, but Egg Gang is an idea that comes from this guy who egged Mondo's car because he was following Captain content, and Captain was getting a ride with a friend, so he didn't want to egg their car. Shows the gang signs. Egg Gang doesn't have gang signs. It has... Okay, no, that's their sign. When they vandalize someone's car, they'll use eggs. That's okay. Wow, okay, we're taking one drunken egging that this guy did, Charles Hank Bukowski from chat. You've seen him. And now we're turning it into, like, an organized plot. Like, I mean, like, a gang, not a gang. Technically, it was only done by one person, but if there's a bit more conspiracy to it, like organized crime, it could easily become a gang. Nana was a gangsta. I appreciate what you mean. Do you support Egg Gang? No, I think vandalism is wrong. Targus, I don't know what to say about that. Gang egging. Nano is spun out. I'm actually not. It's just kind of... There's one light on in this whole RV. I feel it's... Thanks, flowers. Sorry, I was just reading part. What's your Cash App? My Cash App is $Nanobot Andy. How many eggs are in the fridge? Probably like 8. When did you last eat pizza? Me and Cap had something like pizza a couple days ago. What's your favorite color? Gee, I don't know right now. I want to wear more bright colors though. Why are you replying to every dumb question? Those questions weren't so dumb. Can you bring Cappy and pork loin out of this food? I don't think I would never do that. What was your favorite job? That's a good question. What was my favorite job? Okay. I've had so many good aspects on different jobs that I've had. I used to work at Holiday Inn, and it was really nice. Is that I could talk to my supervisor about terrorism. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. No, I almost said a bad word. Oh, first of all, about Holiday Inn, I got to take home a bunch of food all the time, like way good food, like all the breakfast stuff. I got to take home tons of leftovers all the time. It was great. My dad loved that because I live with my father. Um. So. And then when I worked with Burger King, it was fun to interact with other staff and customers. And then I had call center jobs where I could draw at my desk. So right now I can't say which one. Korean it's Chinese. I made this myself, I think. Well, it needs to be washed, that's a given. But I think that's all. And then it'll be pretty cute again. I think Alice is the one who trashed it. What does it say? I think this actually says Nanobot Andy. I forgot what I wrote on it. It says either Nanobot Andy or no, that's what it says. I have another one that says in real life. This t-shirt is skater is like dude, this is skater as heck. That's cool and it fits and it's soft. It's a good t-shirt. Do you ever do any work in the temple? No, I've never been inside the temple like an adult. I did baptisms for the dead when I was younger, though, with my church group. From the LDS church. I love them. Make tie-dye shirts for your Etsy store. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do some tie-dye with Captain. Have you ever hallucinated from meth? That's a horrible question, but yeah, it's awful. Like, that's the kind of thing about meth and all other drugs. Even, like, hallucinogenic drugs. Like, okay, like, it's horrible. Methamphetamine just has such a high psychosis. Psychosis is just so often with methamphetamine. It's crazy. And it can be on, like, a scale from, like, no, my friend was just telling me, like, we were both sober and just having a conversation about it. My friend, we were just driving his car, and he was telling me that one time he was recording, like, one time he faked that he needed to go to the bathroom so he could record his girlfriend and this guy, or a couple of guys, just sitting on a couch in the living room, and he left the phone on, and then there were, like, a fight broke out outside by two other strangers. And, like, he goes back, and all he can hear is the fight. But the whole time he was in the bathroom, he was, like, hallucinating. Like, dead-ass hallucinating. that his girlfriend was like making out with 2 other guys. Holy crap, she's alive. Dude, yeah, I hitchhiked all the way to San Pedro today and from Beverly Hills, and then I met a viewer from chat. No, the answer is 0. I've been clean a long time from meth. Bad trip. Oh, dear. You got a ride from a very nice black guy who picked you up. Yeah, that's true. He asked for nothing except for that I needed a ride. He didn't even suggest that I would do anything for him. Like, it was so... Have you ever felt unsafe hitchhiking? If I have, yeah, I've been, someone's tried to push me into the back, cargo area of their SUV one time when I took a ride from a stranger, and then another time I was held at knife point, by a stranger, a very long, like, the knife. I could tell you about these stories. These stories are something. These both happened about, between a year and 2 years ago. I can't believe you doxed his number. It just happened so fast I couldn't. So back to the story. Like, how long did you use meth? If you don't mind me asking. I never really used it that long for one continuous time. But I tried meth when I was 16, and then like I would do it every so often. And then, like, the only times I would really do it, like, continuously is when I would come to, like, go to big cities, on my trips. Actually, that's not true. I had a boyfriend back in Utah, that would come to my dad's house a lot. And I would just see him a lot, so we'd get high. But that was, like, 4 or 5 years. Here, how old am I? 22. That was like 4 years ago. And my dad didn't really know about it because I have a basement bedroom and we live in a duplex. Maybe your brain stopped developing at 16. No, I got a TBI when I was 19. What have you been diagnosed with? I'll give you my diagnoses, deadass. I will deadass tell you my doctor's diagnoses of me for donos. So if you want to, like, help me exploit myself, I'm nothing like that. That was kind of just a joke. That was like some dark humor. Oh my gosh, soul brother, I've heard like horror stories about children being abused by their parents with methamphetamine. When did you go insane? Probably in my early 20s. Not like insane. That's just when my mental illness started to develop. Yikes, how did you get your TBI? I'm not going to go into it right now because I have this irrational fear that no one will believe me, even though I have this diagnosed by a doctor and he understands what happened. Like, meth can induce schizophrenia. Meth can anguish schizophrenia. Oh my gosh, if you have mental illness, do not use drugs. It will just make everything worse. I promise. Like, oh my gosh. Like, no, you can, like, what does TBI stand for? TBI stands for traumatic brain injury. Were you addicted to drugs? I wasn't really hooked on meth, even though I'd smoke it a lot, but I was, just so close to I've really been close to the people who are. I know that sounds strange because people don't really understand addiction, and the only one who, like, I mean, I guess our Lord knows if I was addicted to meth, but I really wasn't, like, I wouldn't fiend for it. I could just stop for days and be fine, but, when there's such a high population that really has a lot more, nanites ate her brain. King Moderator is right. I have a lot of brain, like, there's a lot of ruptured brain tissue in my head from what nanobots have done to me. or just hits you. Gazoo. Meth can induce schizophrenia. No, I was probably about 21 or so when my schizophrenia hit. I don't have schizophrenia. I have schizoaffective bipolar. They're close, but not the same thing. And that's what my last psychiatrist told me. It's schizoaffective bipolar. It just has so many. Did you skin Cappy? No. He's out with friends. Meth nanobots are not real. Okay, first of all, no, that's a really bad thing because terrorists have put nanobots in both meth, heroin, and marijuana and cigarettes. I mean, all 4 of those drugs, and sell them to people. No, there's a terrorist cut drug supply and they put nanobots in the drugs, and that's really bad because there's people who know about this and still continue to take those drugs because they have a dependency on them. Yeah, it's really bad. It's not like you can go to the store and get clean drugs. It's not like I can buy clean, manufactured store quality methamphetamine at a store. No, you can't. So people will buy and use dirty street drugs knowing that there's terrorist nanobots in them because, this chemical meth does affect your brain, and so does heroin and even marijuana. And cigarettes, of course. That guy you were tonight really wanted your pills. I don't think so. So the nanobots can withstand fire. They can absolutely withstand fire. I've seen nanobots go right through an open flame. Doesn't slow them down at all. People act like weed is good for you. There's a lot of people who believe that's true, even though, it can make people really lethargic. What about all the pills you take? Those are my medicine that my doctor prescribes me. What do you mean they, Joe Jack? You and Captain played out now. It's time to come up with some new ideas. It's nauseating to watch. Anti-nanobot propaganda. It's not propaganda. Okay, first of all, I'm trying to even think what that would be. Anti-nano propaganda. I like that idea, even though propaganda is bad. Positive propaganda. That's no, nanobots, duh. The broken down there's a way to break down a nanobot, and it looks like a snake with 3 fangs. When it's really zoomed in, like on a microscope or something. Does the Mormon Church condone the use of marijuana and alcohol? I really hope that you guys don't, please know that the LDS Church is true, and our Christian Lord loves you all. And, despite my drug usage, I want you to know Christ is real, and don't let this affect your worship. So are the microbugs that crawl on our skin. Yeah, those are nanos. They're in your eyes. They are in my eyes. Thank you. They're in lots of people's eyes. That's bad. So I'm curious how you got your TBI. Who cares if people believe you? I was hurt by terrorists. Sorry, it's just like I'm trying to think. Jess, there's some people who don't really understand that that's happening. But you've seen nanobots though. Describe them so I know what to look out for. They're really hard to see. So honestly, Joe Jack, I'll go back to the TBI thing in a minute. I would look out for more of a feeling in your skin. Like if you go outside and your skin starts like thick, maybe like something's on your skin, that's nanobots in your skin. There's really, really, really small nanobots that you can't even see, like that are not visible to the human eye at all. So about the TBI thing, I think it's important for me to share this because there's lots of people who this has happened to, and they might not know about like how to talk about it either. Meth-induced psychosis hours. See, and there's people who don't know how to communicate about it either. And it just worries me because there are people who use drugs. I feel for these people because they may not know how to communicate about this, and people may not believe them, or they could be delusional, and that can totally just anguish when you're trying to tell something that is true. Like, okay, so imagine, no, that's a really big deal. Is that someone can someone could be delusional, but try to communicate something that's true. That is actually true. And that would be very difficult to do if you are delusional. Just something to think about. Take that hard body ovations and smash it over Captain's sleeping body. Okay, hold on. I thought of a really good prank for Captain. Don't tell me. I think you're telling about yourself. I'm actually not. I'm just trying to be compassionate about like people who do experience mental illness. And just letting you know that drug psychosis is a mental illness, even if it is temporary. How do I keep from getting nanobots? Report terrorism. Talk to people about nanobots. Awareness is everything. Cops pound delusional people, not good. That's really bad. That's why we need more social workers with mental actually that's really tough. A really big way to just prevent that. Okay, I feel like a lot of these delusional people, there was no need for air quotes there. A lot of the delusional people at Cop Smash are probably on drugs. And that already makes them guilty of a crime, and like, oh my gosh, like I feel like a lot of them just aren't like mentally ill people who are like sober and experiencing mental illness. Nana believes cops are evil. There's very evil things being done by cops. Report misconduct. Cops, report misconduct. If you see misconduct in your police station, please let people... It's okay to not be cool with the group sometimes. If someone's in danger, it's okay to... It's important you make sure people are safe if you are a police. Or, like, anyone. Like, I know, like, your main concern... Okay, guys... Nano is... Travis... Who is Travis Adkins? There are nanobots inside the vaccine. I heard that was true. Edward Kim... No, he gave it away. He traded it for his guitar. the old guitar that got broken. I'll prank Captain. I know what I'll do. I didn't get the vaccine yet. I want to, though. Eternal Affairs. Eternal Affairs, that's funny. Nano is controlled by meds. I'm actually not, but I'm not. We can get up and walk around. I'm gonna put these peas in the fridge. Come on, peas. Ah! Guys, uh-oh. I wonder how many ants are lingering. It doesn't look like there's any more. Is she gonna eat again? Is it cold in there? What's your pray for Captain? He'll find out about it if I talk about it on here. Stop slandering nanobots. Don't take the shot, Nano. Sorry, sometimes... 200 topics all at the same time. I'm sorry. I know I do that. Okay. Let's take it from the top. Phil Black, I will talk about what you want me to talk about. Ask like one question and I'll finish my thing. Meds can cause hunger and weight gain. I'm not on those kinds of meds. In fact, I have diet supplements. I'm not in a gang. I'm never going to be in a gang. Pour water on Cap. It's better than that. Oh, I went out tonight. I went out and I went to the beach. I went tide pooling and I made some new friends. And I went to a restaurant and it was fun. Does the song Ram Ranch trigger the nanobots in your head? No, I think Ram Ranch is disgusting. I think homosexuality is a sin. I'm sorry. If it did not... It just sings about naked cowboys and them doing homosexual acts, and that's why I'm bringing up homosexuality. I don't hate homosexuals. It's just that song is just really triggering because I don't like that kind of stuff. And Captain plays it, even though he knows it makes me very uncomfortable, and I really wish he wouldn't do that. Travis Atkins, I have brain damage and I forget stuff a lot. So, if you could remind me who you are, if this was from another day. Why do you hate rap music? I don't hate rap music. It's just, I really don't like a lot of rap music. And a lot of it, there's lots of antichrist messages and there's lots of vulgar negative messages in hip-hop. How can you stand for Black Lives Matter, but you're also homophobic? First of all, I don't know if homophobic is the right word, But what I think you're trying to say is how can you think homosexuality is a sin and think Black Lives Matter at the same time? It's that simple. You can do it. I'm doing it right now. Why do you judge? Look at yourself. Nano, don't do meth. Yeah, I'm not going to. Nanobots aren't that small. A lot of them are... You can see some nanobots. They're smaller than a grain of sand, but you can still see them with your eye. We are all children of Heavenly Father. We are one. All of our lives matter. How did you like meeting Egypt Beauty? I met Egypt Beauty the first time at in a DD's discount parking lot in Compton. And it was really nice because she was a big help because she bought me an outfit when my luggage was taken. I've seen nanobots in my I've seen nanobots on my breasts before, so even though Cockman, that's kind of a personal question. I love how you're also positive, Nano. Thank you. Positivity is a virtue. We need it. Please, positive vibes. Everyone, just spread positive vibes. It's real. Vibes are real. Vibes are real. Scam the ward nurses. Oh my... I never got those kinds of drugs. I saw a girl... Why are you afraid of nanobots? Why are you afraid of nanobots if you can vibe? Because nanobots can give you brain damage, and that, like, severe symptoms of this is like sucking the essence of life out of your body. Nanobot, why did you go to prison? I was thinking about making a joke about that, but I'm not going to. I've never been to prison, probably never will. I like to think I'll never go to prison. I like to think I'll never get arrested again. And I can do that as long as I don't do any crimes. Did your doctor say the diet pills are okay to take? I'm not on any medications that it would be harming. Like when you take them as directed on the back of the supplement bottle, it shouldn't interfere. And they're not prescription diet medications, they're just supplements. Aren't they Stackers caffeine pills? No, caffeine is the main ingredient in my diet pills, but it's called Razoline. It's the second leading diet pill after hydroxycut, I think. Is holding hands acceptable on the first date? I think so. Do you need exercise to lose weight? See, these pills are to decrease your eating, and they work really well. Because I don't think Hitler was a true Christian. Do you think Hitler was a true Christian? Love you you for your faith. Thank you so much. Why do you scam media all the time? Who created nanobots? There's lots of people who create nanobots. I don't know when they were invented or if that's what you're asking, but like there's lots of terrorist organizations using nanobots to hurt people. But I guess there's lots of other nanobots being used in science today too. Recommend for a dream. What do you think about the communist gangster government? It's true. There is so much mafia. No, there's mafia, and there is terrorist mafia on Wall Street, in our government, in our police force, and like in every other branch of business that there is today. So yeah, it's real and around us. And I'm gonna go to sleep now. Have a great night, you guys. That looks a little weird. Hold on.